Back to the Real Guy Garage. So, had a little whoopsie there a few weeks ago for Christmas, and I needed to put a bumper on my truck and a grill. Already put the grill on though. So the first thing I noticed was the new bumper, well, new used. After my friend Ryan painted it, it looked way too good for the rest of the truck. As much as I like Big Blue is not the prettiest truck in the world. And I'm okay with that, don't get me wrong. But it meant now at this point I have two new fenders on the front of the truck that Ryan painted for me. I have a grill and a bumper that are also newer on the truck. None of it was actually a new part. I got to think about using original parts. So I found two good rust-free factory fenders, and Ryan was good enough to paint them for me. This is a factory 2001 Dodge Ram 1500 Sport Trim Off-Road Edition front bumper. That's why it has the cutouts for the factory tow hooks, which I already went ahead and gave a good coating of Dominion 16, which is similar to Pour 15, except Canadian made and a little bit cheaper. I'm not one to push products, especially when I'm not being paid, but I've had really good luck with it. And like I say, it's about half the cost of Pour 15. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. So, the headlights, markers, and fog lamps look like crap. They look like every other one of them of this era, especially the sport package Dodges from 99 to 01, 02 if it's a heavy duty, either a 2500 or 3500 with sport trim. The headlights have a bad habit of clouding up and just looking like crap. So, I figured I'd show how I usually go ahead and repair them. Well, I shouldn't say repair, because you're not really repairing them, you're just cleaning them up and then sealing them so that they can't or shouldn't go back like this. So the problem is there's all these kits you can purchase, and what you're essentially doing is sanding off the discoloration, which most of that comes from essentially being sandblasted as we drive, and of course a little bit of UV damage because it's plastic. But the problem with those kits is they're not permanent. It doesn't permanently fix the problem, and it doesn't fix the problem long term. Over time they fog up again. I polished these ones 3 years ago, and you'd think that I never done them ever. So you'll see there's other guys that have posted different stuff, and you know, there's the toothpaste method, but again, all that's temporary. What you need to do is remove the discoloration and then put back some type of UV protection. So what I'm going to do is the way I usually do them. I'm going to go ahead and remove the discoloration. So I start with 800 grit sandpaper. You don't really want to go any further than that, or you're going to have very deep sanding scratches to try and polish back out. Then I go to 1000, 1500, 2000 is where I finish. And then I essentially clear coat them, because it goes ahead and puts back the UV protection and seals them again. So I got a spray bottle of water, shop rag, a little bit of acetone to wipe them off after I'm done, to make sure that we have a good surface for the clear coat to adhere to. I've seen guys use Krylon clear coat and the Eastwood 2K clear coat. I've never used either of those two products myself, but I'm sure they would work fine. As I said, the primary concern is you're trying to put the UV protection back. Okay, with everything sanded down through the grits, hope you can see here the difference in clarity alone, which you have to excuse that light lens, it has a bit of moisture inside it. Because at some point it's managed to break the seal, I guess, on it. I've drilled a couple holes in it, so that'll take care of that. But you can see I've done these two lenses versus these two. Which by the time we add our clear coat, these two will come up just about, well, sort of like that lens that they replaced. That marker lens. I'm assuming they replaced it when they hit something, because the original fender on that side, which was rotten, right above the marker light had a big dent in it. So I'm assuming that would be what they did. I didn't bother to film the sanding because, well, it's just slow and tedious. Essentially all you're trying to do is, when you go with your heaviest grit, you're going to sand them until you see the yellowing come out, and you'll actually see the water will turn a whitish paste looking color as you sand and get them clean. Plus you'll see as you wet them down, the clarity will change. Okay, keep in mind that for this part you're probably, well, not probably, you should mask up. Stuff's not good for your lungs at all. But that's after it's clear coated. It's still wet, I mean it'll dry and it'll clear up probably a little bit here or there more. But from that to that, looks a bit better to me anyway. Alright, and here's sort of our finished product. Not perfect, but for the relatively low investment I have into them, they look alright. They make the whole truck look a little bit better in the front end anyway. Still a bit of condensation in this headlight. I'll have to see what I can do about that, but